Hi, welcome back to my Pick a Card channel. My name is Amy. I'm here with a Pick a Card reading for you. Today's topic is all about who is secretly craving you, who is secretly crushing on you today. So pull up a chair, get cozy. We're going to have a little chat. We're all friends when we gather around my table. Of course, welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you to all of my new subscribers this month as well. And as a thank you to my subscribers, I actually offer a chance to win a free reading. All you have to do is drop your comment below any of my readings this month. For your chance to win. And I will notify you in the comment section if you're chosen, and I give you clear indications on how to reach out to me to get the ball rolling. So be sure to check your notifications as well if you do leave me comments, because you never know when lightning is going to strike. But for today's topic, we're looking at who is secretly crushing on you, who secretly craves you. Maybe you're aware of them, maybe you aren't. You might already kind of have a clue of who this person is, or you might hope you know who this person is, but Spirit's going to try to give you some direction today, and whether or not they're going to come forward at any time as well. So we have 3 piles to choose from today. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot for you. We have pile number 1 with the Chariot. The Wild Unknown Tarot for you. Pile 1 with the Chariot, pile number 2 with the Fool, and pile number 3 with the High Priestess. So whichever pile or image is calling out to you, there could be messages waiting from your spirit team today. And my timestamps are always listed below. I'm going to jump into pile number 1 today. Again, the topic is all about who secretly craves you, who is crushing on you. Are they going to take any action? Pile 1. Hi, pile 1. You were drawn to the Chariot. This is your reading. Who is secretly crushing on you? Who secretly craves you? And you were drawn to the Chariot. Lots of Cancer energy. Now, there's a big, huge crescent moon in the center of this horse's head. So this could be an indication of you having a secret intention or a secret thought about who this person could be. Maybe a knowing, perhaps. And around the horse's neck is a pentagram. And there's a feeling for me, whenever I see that, I think of the 5 of Pentacles. So this could be somebody that feels like they have a lot to lose, and that's why they keep their feelings for you a little bit secret, keep it to themselves, because that's also an aspect of the High Priestess. She doesn't share everything that's in her heart. She kind of keeps things close to it. So there's a feeling about somebody exercising their freedom, their rights of keeping their feelings for you hidden at this moment. And they could have some really practical reasons why they're making that choice right now. They could just be worried about a rejection from you, however, with that energy. So let's take a look here. We're going to use the Affirmations Tarot, the Affirmators Tarot for you, pile 1. So let's take a look here. Who is secretly craving pile 1? Who has a crush? Could go perhaps farther than just the simple crush. Okay, so we have here the 7 of Swords coming in the reversal, along with the Page of Cups also coming out reversed. This is somebody who is afraid to get caught for how they feel about you, pile 1. We have the 2 of Cups. Now, they could be afraid to be found out because they just could be afraid to, like, take control of the situation. They're sort of emotionally maybe ill-equipped or a little dependent. Maybe that's the type of personality that they have, or maybe they're dependent to an environment. But they're actually speaking to almost a dependency surrounding creative accountability. It's like they haven't been able to take accountability, or they haven't taken accountability for how they truly feel in this moment. They wish that they could just surrender to a relationship because this person wants to be in a relationship with you. And they may feel, for someone watching, and this isn't for everyone, they may feel that family holds them back. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. Yeah, we have the 3 of Swords coming out. And actually they're referencing the frogs, and the frog for me is a very intuitive creature, navigating the water realm and the earth realm really easily. And it's like, I feel like this isn't a secret. And it may not be spoken about, but I feel like it's not a secret. And I feel like it's not a secret for you. It's not a secret for them. And there's other people who are in on this somehow. Whether it be people that you know, people that they know. It's like other people are in on this too. It's not as big of a secret as this person thinks that it is. But they also feel like here's the 10 of Swords. They don't know that it's possible without shedding something. I just heard shedding something. They don't know if it's possible. without the end of a situation. And that's what they're maybe afraid of, is taking creative accountability. Maybe they feel dependent. Maybe they're worried about a breakup. Sometimes the Page of Cups for me reverse can speak to like breakups. But this person wonders if you're not like the person for them, even though the truth of the situation makes them feel vulnerable and perhaps would ask a vulnerable action from them. We have the Two of Wands. And now with the Rhino, I always get a symbol of forgiveness that comes through. The Two of Wands is somebody who, it's almost like they're asking for forgiveness for the focus that they have, but they like to fantasize about the possibilities of this connection. It's like they think about this pathway that could have led with you, or the pathway that they're currently on. And it's like there's a feeling of escaping to this fantasy from you. Here on the back of the deck, we do have the Nine of Wands, followed by the Knight of Cups. The Nine of Wands is in the reverse position right now. And I can't deny that I feel a certain amount of resistance coming from this person when it comes to creating a practical approach out of the feelings that they have right this moment. They sort of feel a little bit paranoid about coming forward towards you. And now the Emperor Penguin, the oak leaves are speaking of strength. The Emperor Penguin is sometimes speaking to me of fatherhood, so please take that as it resonates. But there's also this self-preservation here that I feel like they're trying to maintain, because they want to find their person. And you know, with Emperor Penguins, they find their own person, and they are usually a species that mates for life. So there's like this aspect of that. There's a message coming through here about maybe availability, maybe having to dissect and be honest about what I did invest in versus what I think I should have invested in, because they wonder if they made a wrong choice, or they're lamenting choices that they made that are prohibiting them from coming forward towards you. This person may not be available, if I'm being honest with you. And they're almost asking for forgiveness. I feel like they don't feel like they could move forward because of children potentially, so please take that as it resonates. We have the Moon. Lots of Cancer energy coming through, especially with the Chariot. Yeah, here's the King of Cups with the Justice. So Libra energy, the King of Cups could be the Cancer energy here as well. Now, Spirit says that for someone watching, this person works with you. But again, I also feel very strong, heavy fatherhood energy coming from this person. They could have blue eyes for someone watching as well, and actually pretty piercing blue eyes for someone. Something about, specifically about their eyes. It could be kind of their calling card, if I'm honest. In fact, they could be a Scorpio with those eyes. We have the Ace of Swords. And the reality stings because of the reality of the situation. The reality stings because of the environment. The reality stings because of position with this person. I also get the sense for someone watching too that this is like a teddy bear of a person, like a big teddy bear. Again, the message won't respond with everyone because Spirit says this is a collective reading. So there's going to be lots of energies that come through, but like just a big teddy bear of a person, really kind. We have the Four of Pentacles, but they do have concern for their position or their home coming through here, and they don't want to disrupt peace. Now, they sometimes fantasize about bringing forward their truth, getting it off their chest, so to speak. They feel like that would give them some closure or peace, but the truth is it's not closure. They're just telling themselves it would be closure to give themselves the permission or the possibility of coming forward. But they're really, really worried about conflict. That could be why this Nine of Wands is reversed, why they're resisting it so much. It's like they're paranoid about what could come if they do let everyone in on the secret. But again, it doesn't feel like a big secret, to be honest. I feel like you might already know. And we have pay attention to your health, the Cane. Now, the Cane always speaks to me about the Five of Pentacles, where someone's on a crutch. Paying attention to our position. There could be a health connection here. Sometimes the King of Cups can be like a healthcare worker or somebody who is in that career, would be really good at caretaking. We have March being significant, and frying pan, trouble and accusations. Because, whoops, and it fell to the floor. The Tower, solid foundation and success with effort. So this could be the Tower falling or the Tower of what we have put our energy into. But then back of the deck says good advice from a wise person, the Owl, and has the Star of Aquarius underneath it. So there's this reference to getting good advice from my wisdom codes or letting logic take over. because I'm worried actually about the consequences of how I feel and whether or not I would actually be empowered here. They are worried about getting caught. They're worried about accusations because they feel like it'll just create a lot of issues between the two of you. Who is secretly crushing? Who is craving? Pile number 1, please. We have Purgatory coming out. Back of the deck says Mother Mary. This is a motherhood energy. It's like giving our power over to motherhood, to compassion. They're asking for compassion. There's also a really strong reference to like Catholicism or religion as well, because, you know, in Catholicism, purgatory is a place where we go to be punished before we can be purified for heaven after we die. And so there's this reference to kind of being stuck in purgatory, kind of being stuck in the in-between. Not in hell, but I can't make it to heaven, and I'm sort of stuck here. And it sort of is referencing the present realm in the 3D right now, sort of being stuck in this place of limbo when it comes to you. Maybe they're in a position where they feel like they're okay, but it could be better. And you represent escaping this purgatory and going into something more, going into more abundance. But they're also worried about getting punished. They could be a religious person potentially as well. So it's almost like they're punishing themselves. We have the Snake looking over your shoulder and the other woman. Temptation, I think of the Garden of Eden. And we have, they're frustrated because they don't feel good enough. They have self-sabotage and ego issues, and so they run. But the reason they're running is because of the shocking attack. They're worried about change. They're worried about epiphanies. They're worried about sudden upheaval, perhaps for you or perhaps for themselves. Now we're going to ask Spirit whether or not they are going to come forward. Are they going to make themselves known? Will the person that is craving pile 1 make their intentions or their feelings known to pile number 1? And I feel like you already know, but is there going to be a conversation here? We have the Emperor coming reversed. Fear and ego issues might stop them from increasing their efforts. They're very indecisive, or they can't commit at all because of position. There's the 5 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. So they are holding space for you. They're going to continue to wear masks, but Spirit says, unfortunately, they don't feel this person's going to put the effort into creating practical steps towards you because of the complications of their status in this present moment. Now, of course, the future is very fluid. They can shift and change their directions. They have the prerogative to do that. But Spirit gives us implications and predictions based on present investments and common patterns that this person is running in. In the bowl today, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. This person gets really jealous when it comes to you. There could be like a leadership quality to their position at work as well, but they don't have a lot of follow through, unfortunately. Here's the 10 of Wands in the reverse position. And they're talking about the necessity for freedom, having to lighten up my load before I can have success here. So it's like they're waiting for something to close out before they would give themselves permission to come forward. But that doesn't stop them from getting really riled up in jealousy or getting really riled up with the ideas of you with other people. Maybe they don't even have the right to, but they do get jealous. We have Temptation next to the Stethoscope. Could be hospital nursing connection. W, the pizza, and we have the Star of Aquarius with the fairy. That's my wishful thinking charm. Connected to the work realm, perhaps with the screwdriver, but also a long-standing attachment to you, a long-standing crush for you, because the screwdriver is handheld. It's a laborious tool. We keep going through the same rotation over and over and just making small approaches towards success. We also have the open book, but it's on its face. So not an open book, hasn't expressed themselves to you. I don't feel like they have the confidence or the ability to express themselves in the near future. Pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Please be sure to drop your comment below my reading or any of my readings this month for your chance to win a free reading with me. And be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you if you are chosen. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and that link is below. And I do update that shop daily, and I have a very fast turnaround. So keep checking back if you don't see an option open on my page. It just means I've sold out for that day. But I hope that you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile 2, you are drawn to the Fool. And this is your reading. Who secretly craves you? Who has a secret crush on you at this moment in time? Are they actually going to come forward? We're going to take a look at that question at the end of your reading as well. But you were drawn to the Fool. And look at this cute little wood duck sitting up here on the limb of the tree. You know, the wood duck will lay her eggs in the hollow of a very tall tree. And then these little babies have to jump all the way down, sometimes 10 feet to the ground. And it's a huge leap. And it's a leap of faith. And they often will follow the leader. If the first one's willing to jump, then the rest of them will definitely jump because they have to be together. So there could be a message here waiting about if they take a leap of faith, whether or not you'll have the ability to take a leap of faith, or maybe they need a little bit of encouragement as well. This also speaks of like innocence. You know, somebody who is afraid of rejection, somebody who perhaps has to take a risk in order to move towards you. Now, I'm going to use the Romance Tarot for you to begin here. So let's take a look for pile number 2, please. Who is secretly crushing on them? Who is secretly craving pile number 2? Who is secretly craving pile number 2, please? Ooh. Okay, so we have here the Death. We also have it connected to the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles sort of wanted to come in sideways. I feel like that's an important detail, but we'll get to that detail in a moment. We have the Two of Cups. The Emperor. I feel like this person's almost waiting for you. We have a lot of Aries energy coming through here. We have the Ace, not the Ace, this is the Magician. They're showing somebody who has like what I would call like a more of a macho focus on like a hobby that they do. Like they're showing me somebody who hunts or somebody who fishes or somebody who, you know, does something macho. I don't know how you would describe that. It doesn't have to be hunting or fishing. It can just be anything. It could even be a sport that they really, really love. It's just something that they do, or that something that this person really loves. It's almost a part of their personality. And it almost feels like a compensation for something. It's like it's like this is a very macho hobby, but this is a very sensitive person. They have a lot of doubt in their own hearts, which makes them complacent in other areas. We have here, the back of the deck is the Nine of Wands reversed with the Justice. Now, the Nine of Wands reversed actually came up in pile number 1, interestingly enough. And they're speaking here about somebody who is a little bit paranoid, to tell the truth. So they've been complacent because they're afraid of what's going to meet them there on the other side of that. They're afraid of what I think they're really intimidated by you because this person thinks that you're gorgeous and capable. And that automatically makes them have doubt in themselves. Because this is the type of person that they need to feel needed, and like they need to feel needed, period. They need to feel like they're protecting you, or they need to feel like they're needed to provide. And you're not the type of person that needs anything. Like you don't need someone to provide for you. Maybe you want someone to, and that's a completely different thing, but you don't need anybody to provide for you. You don't need protection. And they're really drawn to you, like in a physical sense, because of your security in yourself, or at least the security that you present to yourself in. Now, we can't deny for someone watching, this could be an aspect of the work realm. We do have the Eight of Pentacles sitting here too. But this Eight of Pentacles could more so be relating to the work that has to be done to transition this into something more so that we can have a relationship. And the biggest thing that they have to do is take off their mask, take that leap of faith into this situation. But despite the fact that they act kind of a little macho and a little bit like a tough person, the truth is I feel like this person doesn't have as much experience as they would like with women or with men, whatever the case may be. It's all about energy, has nothing to do with gender. They don't have a lot of experience. And they struggle with the idea that this is one-sided as well. And they don't have the confidence. Again, if they don't feel like they're needed by you, if they don't feel like you want them, that affects their confidence. That leaves them with shadows of doubt. So they don't feel like they can achieve anything. Now, this particular Five of Pentacles, look at how celebratory it is. Five of Pentacles isn't supposed to look like that. And yet here we have this idea of this Five of Pentacles leading to some type of celebration. Because maybe they're wrong about you. And not about your abilities and confidence, but maybe they're wrong about you wanting them in return. Because there are two people wearing masks here. So you could be having a crush on someone as well. But they're kind of struggling with this idea of like, well, they don't want me and I need to feel needed. I'm feeling like they might have had, and I say might have had like a brownish hair. They could be someone who shaves their head. Not everyone, again, this is collective energy, but I'm getting a sense of somebody who could have shaved their head. Again, in a sense of control, perhaps, maybe they had a little bit of hair loss or something. Maybe they shaved their head because of that, or maybe they just shaved their head. But I'm getting a sense of someone with a shaved head. And that won't be for everyone. I am getting a feeling of brown hair as well, but if it's a shaved head, you're going to know that that's your person. You just showed me Mr. Clean. We have the Two of Pentacles. And this person has known you for at least the last few years. Again, could be connected to the work realm here. And actually, that's a common theme for Pile 1 as well. There could be a message waiting for you there. But they've been kind of holding space for you for the last couple of years. I don't even think that they allowed themselves to admit their feelings, except for the last few years. But I think they've known you longer than that. And it's like they've been waiting all this time. It's like waiting. And that's where I feel like they need the encouragement in order to take that leap of faith. And you disempower them with what you have to offer. Like there's just something really powerful about you. This Queen of Pentacles is embodying all the other energies of the queens. The beauty, the grace, the intelligence, the compassion. It's like a goddess energy. It's like Virgo energy coming through. And it's like there's something about the way that you carry yourself and handle yourself that leaves them so intimidated. It's like I feel like you could be out of their league, to be honest with you. And here's the Hermit. And so again, lots of Virgo energy coming through. Here is now the Knight of Cups with the Ten of Wands. This is also the type of person that, again, very traditionalist, a very traditional type of divine masculine is what I'm feeling. Somebody who believes in gender roles, somebody who will open up the car door, you know, and that's a really good quality to have here. But also vulnerability. You know, that generation that built that type of chivalry also built a divine masculine sort of prototype that says, you know, emotion's not allowed. That's weakness. But it doesn't mean that we're not emotional beings. Just because we tell ourselves we're not allowed to have it doesn't mean we're not emotional. But a very emotional person. And honestly, when it comes to coming forward for you, I'm interested to see what's going to come up in the future, because they have a tendency, at least over the last couple of years, to retreat because they just feel like it just is what it is. But what it is based on not truth, not clarity. It's based on their projection and their subjective opinion of what they assume is. It's like, I'm assuming you're out of my league. I'm assuming you don't feel the same way. So I don't know if this is even possible. And that's sort of the mentality that they're in right now. It's like, I don't even know if this is possible for us, because I'm convinced that you're way out of my league. And it's like affecting their faith. It's giving them like a paranoid feeling when they think about taking that leap of faith. We have a younger woman, dealing a relationship with a younger woman. And I will say, again, with the Emperor, there's this aspect to him protecting something, sometimes being a little bit older. He may think that that's kind of a taboo thing, that could be why, of course, you wouldn't want them, because maybe they're a little bit older than you. We have Horseshoe, though, good luck, and November being significant. We have Fire, strong emotion, passionate love, and back of deck says secret admirer. And this is not someone that you've had a relationship before. This is somebody who's never been in a relationship with you. And again, despite the fact that maybe they are a little bit older, I don't think they have a lot of relationships under their belts. This could be the type of person that commits for a long time when they get into a commitment as well. Who is secretly craving? Pile number 2, please. You have a revelation coming out. Back of the deck is the Prophet. And this is coming from the Magdalene Oracle. So we're going to start with Prophet. It says, all unfolds in perfect timing. All you need to know is revealed in the most perfect moment. So be patient and trust, for angelic forces are at work in your life right now. Feel the presence of the goddess within you. And I feel like that's really important because they keep speaking up in the Prophet about the goddess. They keep bringing forward the Queen of Pentacles multiple times. This person thinks of you like that, like you are, especially in a physical sense, like you could stop traffic. Now with the revelation, it says you will soon find the answer that you seek. And that's the thing, is that this revelation, the revelation won't come perhaps until they take that leap of faith. This could also be a good indication though that they are going to perhaps be prompted to take action, be prompted to say something. I feel like they're almost, sometimes the Hermit will go into planning mode, but he retreats to really micromanage and wait for the perfect moment to launch. It's like maybe they're waiting for the perfect moment to come in to celebrate. And that perfect moment could include when they feel really confident about your attraction, if it is mutual. But it's like they're convincing themselves that it couldn't possibly be mutual, even though I feel like it very well could be mutual. So let's ask Spirit whether or not this person is going to come forward for pile 2, please. Are they going to make their feelings, their desires known? Get really strong aspect here connected to like an institution, like a hospital or a courthouse or like a school. Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. A lot of Virgo here today as well, though, for the Divine Feminine. A lot of Aries. We have the Hierophant, Taurus. And there's the feeling of like making promises on the Bible. Like there's a feeling of a closed book. Maybe because of what we're allowed to do. You know, the Bible will outline the rules for us and what we're allowed to do and having to follow the rules. I feel like this person is someone who, again, follows the rules, so to speak. I do feel as though this person is going to continue to hold on to how they feel in a state of fantasy, maintaining the option of this connection and riding the wave until something is revealed to them. That's what it feels like. And if it reaches a relationship, they are going to be tickled pink by that. But it's like they're going to ride the wave to see what's going to be revealed, and they're going to ride a wave of confusion. But also mixed with some options, because the Knight of Wands says, I'm holding on, but I'm also kind of holding back. I'm not going to let go of my feelings and my cravings for you. But I might not also have the strength to be able to push myself through unless the Queen of Cups kind of makes her heart more known to me. So that could be where the follow the leader message came through with the wood duck at the beginning of your reading, pile 2, about how much encouragement can help a situation in momentum. Again, if the feelings are mutual, because your guides are going to follow you down whatever path you choose to approach in this situation. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Knight of Cups. And look how he's teetering on the reversal. Here's the sun coming up. The Two of Cups. And like the sun is shining over top of a relationship, but the Knight of Cups reversed says, this is unrealistic. I'm just idolizing the past, or I'm naive, or I'm stupid for wanting this, or I'm stupid or for even assuming that they would want me back. Like this is what they're kind of troubled by. This is why they're not sharing how they feel, because it makes them feel really vulnerable. I feel like this person would be very kind and like generous to you in their own way in that environment too. We do have the little clip-on earring. This is a little clip-on earring and it's a little kitty cat. And I think of Leo and strength and claiming our independence. Also speaking about something that you've heard. I just got the message about something that you might have heard about this person's feelings. We have the hammer. That's always a symbol for the work realm for someone watching, but also self-sabotage. We have marijuana and the letter I and Q. We also have the bicycle. I always think of children as a factor, or our childhood being a factor for growth. Scorpio energy and balance. And I just heard the term lady killer eyes. So just take that as it resonates, pile 2. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. Drop a comment below if you would like to be entered for your chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my link for Etsy for personalized reading, and I do update that shop daily, so keep checking back. But I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the High Priestess, and this is your reading. Who secretly craves you? Who has a secret crush on you at this moment? And are they going to take action? We're going to ask that question at the end of your reading. But you were drawn to the High Priestess. Now, the High Priestess will sit upon her wisdom codes. She doesn't tell everybody how she feels. This also speaks about your wisdom codes. So you may already know who this person is. You may already have an inclination. But this could also be speaking to the risk. With the Tiger, I always think of a risk connected to the Divine Feminine. And so they could be holding back because they feel like it's a big risk as well. Let's see here. Pile number 3, please. Who secretly craves pile number 3? Oh, we have the Two of Cups coming in, sort of coming in reverse. We're going to leave them just like that. We have the Page of Wands. This is someone that might act disinterested. Like they may be a really tough nut to crack, or a hard sort of, it's like hard to chip away at the truth of this person. They've got a good poker face. Emperor. 5 of Cups reversed. Ooh. The Moon. 8 of Cups. Truthfully, pile 3, I think this could be an ex. If I'm honest with you, this could be somebody that you had a breakup with in the past. Let me get some clarifying cards here, because they're talking about the necessity, like they're trying to move on from something. They're trying to walk away. Maybe they're trying to maintain boundaries, or your boundaries, or respect them. But then we have this 5 of Cups reversed coming in. And it's like somebody who's trying to go into recovery or trying to move on, but there's hope that still exists, or they're trying to maintain the sense of hope. But there might not be any contact, or maybe they're just, again, playing really hard, like a poker face coming through here too. Because this person feels like they need to release this, because they're still so, it's like they're craving it, literally. They're thirsty for it here. And they're speaking here about, yeah, lots of regret. Somebody who didn't see clearly at the time, but sees what they've lost now and wishes to recapture something with you. But maybe you've blocked them. Because again, I feel a really strong, firm boundary coming from the Divine Feminine. 5 of Pentacles, yeah, separation with this person. And like the thirst that's inside, that's where the craving comes in. Out of all 3 piles, this pile for you, pile 3, is the most intense in the craving, to be honest with you. And it's because they've already had a taste of it. So it's like feeding a bear. You feed a bear, it's going to keep coming back. And I feel like it's a challenge in this connection for you to have moved forward too. I feel like, especially in the past, it was really hard for you to maintain boundaries. I feel like it's really hard for you to prioritize yourself, and yet you're doing it. You're doing it. You're trying to lead by example. I feel like this was a tough situation for you as well. But maybe you recognize sort of the path that you were heading down. They're saying that this is the person that hesitated into commitment cycles with you, or hesitated to support you in some way, to give you what you even needed emotionally. And it's kind of thrust them into a lot of shadow work. And I think that this is necessary shadow work. I feel like you are a really strong reflection tool or reflection element for this person. I feel like this is almost karmic in nature of them having this intense attraction, because it's like they want to recapture what they've lost. But they don't feel like they know how you feel now. Because, again, maybe there's absolutely no contact here, or you've blocked them, because they don't know how you feel. They know now how they feel, but they don't know how you feel. And they still have a inspiration or an intention towards you. So this could indicate what they are prepared to do, or what they want to do in the future. because they're showing me the twinkle in the Father's eye. And the twinkle in the Father's eye begins everything. This person sometimes uses that twinkle to establish a really strong sexual connection to you and fantasy surrounding that as well. Here's the Lovers. And they wish that they had made better choices. And they see things clearly now. They see things clearly now. And I will say you were much more spiritually evolved than this person was in the past. It's like you saw things as they were in the past, and maybe you tried to share that information with them and they rejected it. But they have a lot of regrets in the choices that they made in a relationship. And they may have even entered into another relationship in the interim, and they really thought that that's where they would find abundance, but they're kind of all the way back here at square one. The Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands. And you are the inspiration. And truthfully, I feel like you've been the inspiration to help them change or help them grow, perhaps into this new perspective, perhaps into a regretful perspective. But now they are carrying the weight of that. It's like they're carrying the weight of desire. They're carrying the weight of the desire to communicate with you. They feel vulnerable in approaching you because it's like they feel like they have to prove themselves and they don't know what's waiting for them. Here's the Judgment. There's the Hermit. And I feel like they've been forced into solitude and they can't help but reflect because the distraction was eliminated. You forced them into solitude, or perhaps, again, you created firm boundaries for them. But they tried to walk away. It hasn't worked out in their favor the way that they wanted to. And they wish that they could recapture what they had with you in the past. So this does feel like someone that you may have dated. It may not have been like a long-standing relationship. It could have been, but it feels like you dated this person. There could have been arguments that led to conflict and you walking away. And we're in separation, Spirit says. We have Fan. It says romance, celebration, and party. And you should accept valid criticism. And that's exactly what's happening for them in the healing phase, is criticism that's real about how they behaved in the past. It says here someone is trying to make you do something against your will, the Club, and maybe you were resistant to more, but maybe you put down firm boundaries. Maybe you said, I'm not just in it for playing around or exploration. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for a commitment, or I'm ready for a relationship. Maybe they weren't ready for that. Maybe it was an exploration and they weren't ready for the relationship, but they're calling it a breakup. Interestingly enough, if they resisted the relationship, they're still calling this a breakup. It's like they're still calling you one of their exes, even if they had a resistance to calling you their girlfriend or their boyfriend. We have pleasure with a close-up friend. So maybe it was an undefined union where it was like friends with benefits, but you wanted more. Maybe they didn't think they wanted more at that time, but now they do. We have opportunities are opening up for you, but unsettled times need to plan ahead. And they're thinking about mending, needle and thread at the back of the deck, and sincere wish that will be granted. But the needle, for me, every time I see the eye of the needle, I always say, it brings me right to the Bible verse, as it's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get to heaven. So they have desire to go back to heaven, go back to desire to fuel their desire for you and fuel their fire for you as well. Maybe even move into a relationship. But they know they need to make a plan. They know that they need to perhaps approach cautiously as well in order to mend something, if they even feel like that's possible for them at this time. This could be like somebody who, there's a lot of Aries energy. This could be the type of person that has a personality that sort of is really excitable, or the type of person who gets upset really easily and then calms down very quickly. We have Gemini energy coming in from the Divine Feminine perhaps as well here. We have confusion in the heart and soul coming out here. And back of the deck is the Secret. And it's interesting because you were drawn to the High Priestess as well. And this is coming from the Magdalene Oracle deck. And I feel like this is really telling because specifically, you know, the confusion card, it talks about the toil that this person, the emotional confusion that they're actually going through in the present moment, and about how they know what they should do. Maybe what they should do is walk away. But there's a heartfelt yearning that confuses them in this heart and soul as well. And And truthfully, Spirit says that all of this that's happening, even if they're in a state of conflict right now, this is actually a positive thing for this person because it gets the wheels turning in the right direction. It's like a positive transformation that's occurring in this moment. Even with the secret, they're thinking of divulging their feelings. They're thinking of divulging how they feel here. And what they have to say may surprise you in the very least, Spirit says, by this card. It may surprise you. So they have a lot of inspiration towards whether it be release or whether it be transition in this situation in the future. And they're having a sort of argument with themselves. An argument with themselves about whether or not they should come forward. It's a very conflicting energy because they feel like it's a risk coming back towards you because they know perhaps what they put you through or how it ended. They're just intimidated by the Divine Feminine. So let's take a look and see if this is going to be indicative of them actually coming forward. Are they going to reveal themselves for pile 3, please? The person who is crushing or who is craving pile 3. Are they going to come forward? The Emperor. Emotionally confused, sticking their head in the sand right now. And they're talking here about how being paralyzed by fear in the moment, but trying to get to a backup plan. Let's see, 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. And right this moment, this is what they're struggling with. You know, it's like feeling overwhelmed and not being able to commit to making the decision because all of my energy is going towards the loss and the regret. And that doesn't give me enough energy to monopolize change or to create change. But they do want to, like, here's the Sun. Here's the Sun. They want to come forward. I feel like they really want to have a communication with you. But right now they're trying to come up with a backup plan. And the truth is that Spirit's using all of the energy, all of the thoughts of you right now, even the emotional confusion and the shadow work that they're being asked to do. They're going to use that to help inspire perhaps the execution of that backup plan. Spirit says, yes, they do plan on communicating with you. I think you are going to communicate with this person in the future. And this person's going to communicate with you about their greed perhaps, but Spirit's also asking you to be aware of the greed that they've shown in the past. They want you to look to the future, and it's like they want to apologize for that greed. I feel like they're going to come forward with an offer, but I do think there could be a slight delay until they feel sort of empowered or confident to come forward. There is an inspiration coming for them to release, and some of that release might look like closure, or they could call it closure when they come forward. But the truth is their real motivation, their inspiration is to see if they can reestablish some type of new beginning in this connection, pile 3. Let's get a charm bowl, please. For some, this is going to come in within the next 5 or 6 months as well. So the Spirit just tells you that to help prepare you so that you can get yourself into a state of readiness and you can make decisions on that moment or in that moment based on your highest good. We have the Taurus of the Hierophant, we have the World, and we have the Emperor reverse. So this is like unfinished cycles with someone that we've already established a connection. And the Emperor might have shown a few ego issues in the past of this connection as well. It's like a fear of change, selfishness perhaps sometimes, listening to the ego, poor planning. Maybe they were really great at communicating in the past too and you just got fed up. That's the issue that still exists within them today. Is ego issues, poor planning, somebody who is letting the effects of the past affect their future. But they still have intentions. Even if it gets delayed, they are holding on to this hope that there could be more to come. The letter P is significant. We have the dragonfly. Things are coming to light. Spirit says, don't worry, this is going to come to light for you in some way. But they're also speaking about, you know, being hungry for your own success and maintaining that as a priority here. We do have the Cheshire Cat, somebody with a really great smile, which can be a little bit disarming or can be a weakness for us, perhaps. Somebody with a really great smile, but perhaps somebody that also is emotionally confused, that has a tendency to move us into emotional confusion when they retreat or back and forth, like disappear and then come back in, disappear and come back in. Maybe that was a cycle that you saw with this person. We do have the saxophone. When we talk about craving, when we talk about longing, I think of the saxophone because I think of those 90s music videos where they're on the beach and they're longing and they're playing this song. And we have the nursing cap on the heart. This could be a hospital nursing connection, but also nursing the heart right this moment. I feel like the Divine Feminine might have been nursing a really strong heartbreak at the beginning of this separation. Pile number 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope it resonates with you. Be sure to drop your comment below for your chance to win a free reading with me, and be sure to hit your notification bell so that I can notify you. You can also check out my link for Etsy for a personalized reading, and I update that shop daily. So if there's nothing there, it just means I've sold out for the day, but keep checking back because I do update daily. So I hope you come back here and visit me at the Tarot Cottage. I hope you have a beautiful day.